Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry that we had the pause that we did, but I was actually traveling to pick up my son who is here for the summer. And, you know, today is now day one of a 14-day quarantine, but it was worth it to go get him. So definitely be having a lot more time for the next 2 weeks to spend in the garden, which, speaking of, while I was gone for the 4 days, has absolutely exploded and is just taking off. And everything's getting so big. I actually came back and had a cucumber that I had to pick that I'm actually making a refrigerator pickle with now, along with some of my cucamelons. Here's my basil, which I actually did prune back a little bit to get some for cooking probably dinner tonight. I have a bunch, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but a bunch of my parsley that I planted after I harvested the first batch is coming in really well. Tomatoes are getting huge. I came back to my first little teddy bear sunflower of the season. It was just about open yesterday and it's almost fully open now. And I got quite a few more getting ready to open on up. Still waiting on my lilies. Still waiting on those. We got my little hummingbird flowers here that are getting ready to open. Well, I mean, they're kind of half opening. And the corn absolutely shot up without me here. Like, I don't know if you guys remember the picture. I'll do some side-by-side pictures and I'll add them in as we go through the video so you guys can see the difference. Like, just 4 or 5 days made, even in just the corn. Okay, so the sunflowers are just about at their max height too. They were sown really thickly because I wanted like this big in-the-ground bushy bouquet look. So they're not, I mean, a lot of them, most of them actually are the mammoths, but they're not going to get huge. While my son's here, I'm probably going to have him plant, you know, a couple that'll probably get really super tall because they're going to be planted, you know, maybe 2 or 3 near each other, and that's about it. But these guys are starting to get to where they're developing some heads. Actually got a big one right over here. Right over here. And they're all starting to follow the sun. So that's fun. Very excited. My roses, now that it's been dry, have really been doing super well too. So they've made quite the bounce back. We'll go look at the ones in the front in a moment as well. Okay, and speaking of tomatoes, I actually had our, as we call them, the snackin' maters, this plant here, actually had a branch break off. So what I did was I just stuck it in this bottle that I had of water, and I mean, it's doing all right. We at least might get a couple to ripen off. I mean, we got some here that are changing color and doing their thing, so we're hoping. In here I started before I left, maybe the day before I left, so the 17th I started some lettuce leaf basil, and that's what we got popping up in here. And my cucumbers have absolutely just taken off. I had to harvest one already. But as you can see, they're getting up there climbing. Like they're reaching for that sun. But I had to harvest one cucumber. I actually got this dude here. You guys can see him. It's really bright out right now, so it's kind of hard for me to see. So hopefully you guys can see that. You know, and these guys are getting up there height-wise. We harvested one pepper. We'll probably be coming in and pulling this this bad boy off here probably tonight. You know, we got this one here, and we have just a whole bunch of babies going on there. My melons are doing really good. We really got to get these on a trellis soon. Hopefully that'll be a this weekend project. I'll have to see what happens. Okay, over here we have one of my little bell peppers. It's got a little baby going on there. Then actually around over here on this side, got another little dude. Can't really get it to focus on that guy, huh? Yeah, let's try this. There we go. So that one's doing really well too. The new kids on the block for my tomatoes, doing really good. They're starting to shoot right up. Gonna have to get them supports pretty soon. And I noticed over here on my husky cherry tomatoes, I've actually got some babies going on. This one there, and then over here. That one's doing really, really well. My Roma over here, it's putting off some flowers and growing right up there. I'll have to tie him off later. And my cauliflower. I was having some insect issues as well as a little bit of scalding issues. So ended up having to harvest some of those. Those will actually be dinner. Okay, so another thing that I did right before I left was I planted some bush beans, and pole beans. These are some of the bush beans that I put in. These are dragon's tongue bush beans. And they had sprouted by the time I came back, and I planted them maybe a day or two before I left. I don't remember exactly. The other ones I've put over here. These guys are taken right off too. These are the cave beans from Baker Creek. I wanted to give them a shot and see, you know, how those would cook up and things like that. I'm not a huge bean fan, but there are a few ways that I will eat them. So I'm gonna see, you know, especially the dragon's tongue, because I know they're more like a green bean. Or that's at least what I've been led to believe. I'm going to try pickling them and see if maybe, you know, that's a way that I can tolerate them. Because I really do think that I should be adding more vegetable type things to my diet, and I'm hoping that this is the way I'll be able to do it. My other bell pepper over here hasn't set any fruit yet, but I'm just waiting. I mean, plant doesn't look the healthiest ever, but I'm holding out hope. My other cucumbers that are on this side are starting to catch up to the others with all the heat and the rain that we've had. So those are looking pretty good. All right, and now we'll take that walk out to the front. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here are my mint. My lemon balm, and my my sweet basil. Now, I don't know how many people watched the last video that I uploaded. I actually uploaded while I was on vacation, but I shot the film for that. Probably, I think it was the day before I left. I came out and cut this back a little bit, so we'll do an updated in, I don't know, maybe another couple of days. We'll do some side-by-side photos of that, because I came in and kind of pruned a bunch of this back. Over here, my sweet mint's getting about ready to be cut back again a little bit. And the basil, the sweet basil, is definitely ready for another trim down. Lemon balm, I'm going to let go a little bit more, let the leaves get a little bit bigger. So when it gets dried down, it's, you know, there's a little more to it. And here are my front roses in the pot by my front yard. And they're starting to come back. They're starting to get there. Hopefully these start flowering again for me soon. But yeah, everything took right off. The past 4 days I was gone, we had a little bit of rain. And you know, mostly good and hot, so everything's doing really good. But that's gonna be my time for this quick little tour today. I just wanted to catch up. Ended up having some unexpected time going into a quarantine after returning. So I figured I'd give you guys, you know, an early / late walkthrough. Thank everybody for joining me, and I hope everybody has a good week. Hopefully I'll be back with another video this weekend. I'll start getting back into the groove. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.